There we go. That should be right. Yeah, okay. And then what else do I need? I need Twitter. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sure, that works. And then I need to pull my map back up so I can actually see what I'm doing. And wow, beautiful. Just like that. Everything's all hanky-dory. Ugh. It's already 10:30, but that's okay. That's what I get for showering way longer than I actually planned to. Also, my microphone not in the right place. That should be substantially better now. So I have been working on this map for a little while now. But I figured, I'd like to sit down and just like work on it nonstop for an hour or two. And I figure what better way to do that than to stream my working on it and hopefully have people to chat with while I work to keep myself I don't want to say motivated, but not get sidetracked by something else. And I do understand the irony in that of saying that I'm trying to not get sidetracked by something else, so I'm going to do something else while I work. But shut up. I know what I'm doing. Probably. Presumably. So I have made a little bit of progress. My initial goal so far has just been blocking out the general layout of the map and then going from there to progress further on it. So, for those of you familiar with Tarkov, this should be a little bit recognizable. This is forklift spawn, or actually, I guess better, this is forklift spawn, but I'm thinking having the actual extract rooms themselves blocked off, or and I'm making this map for an infection contest, so I'm thinking maybe either having the extract rooms blocked off since they're like the best camping spots on the map because they only have a single entrance, or using them as flood spawns and making it so that flood spawn in the extract rooms and can come out through them. So I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet, but so I'm just using these blocks as reference points for where props and stuff would be, but this is forklift room, and then this would be glass hall, and then there is the other player spawn that's like right here, and then this comes out this ramp. I need to move this way a few blocks, and then this would be med tent extract, which also, like, the actual extract room would be right here, but med tent would be right here. And then, of course, the silos over here, and then some more general map, and then roughly right here is where offices would be. And then, of course, the bridge from office to the rest of the map over here. So I do sort of have a game plan for everything. I'm getting there. But I still have a lot more map that I need to lay out. And I believe I'm actually starting to run out of building blocks, which is a little scary. But I think we'll be okay. And there's definitely ways that we can optimize the block usage. But for right now, I'm just going to keep working on laying the actual map out and going from there. Also, hello Twitch user Arcade Zone that I definitely don't know outside of Twitch. How are you doing? Because I'm doing Otter, believe it or not. Pretty freaking Otter. So I'm gonna move all of these out of the way real quick. It's easier to just move blocks that I place that I don't need right now out of the way instead of deleting them and replacing them. I don't know why I do that, but it's something that I like doing. But ultimately, this ramp way too far forward, so I'm going to move it back a block and see if it looks better. I'm gonna switch from the steeps back to the regular ones since I'm a little bit less space confined than I thought I was going to be. But the idea is that the ramp, my monitor is stuck. There we go. And I'll turn off magnets for a second just so I can see what I'm doing. So the ramp would be like, how would it look if I started it here? No magnets. I want rotation snap. Yeah. I know how to use Forge, I promise. Wink wink, nudge nudge. And for now I'm not dealing with precision block placement. This is all just so I can visualize the map. And then I'll do a second pass through of everything, like actually making sure everything's lined up and looking correct and all that. Also, hello Val. Welcome to Forge Mod or Hell. I hope you really enjoy that noise you're hearing of me flying around, because that's all you're gonna hear for the next 2 hours. So how does this feel? Does this give me enough room for med tent in the first place, I guess, is like the good question to ask. Let's see. So med tent would be pretty much directly pressed against the wall. And then... Okay, yeah, this is enough room. Okay. Cool. Glad to know that I only need to shift things by 1 block to actually fix them. That's convenient. I was afraid that I was going to have to redo that entire section, but I think that works fine how it is. So of course then we get to pile all of this back out again. And things are good. Life is fine. Because this actually works pretty decently for what I need. And then also bring this out like so, and that should be good. I know you all can't see the material I have up for reference on how the map is laid out, so what made me want to do this in Halo 4 over forges? Over forges, other forges? Mostly because Halo 4 and Halo Reach are the main Halo games that I play multiplayer in, and pretty much every other map that I've done on PC so far has been on Reach. So I figured I would shake it up a little bit and do it on 4. And I do I do enjoy how Infection plays on Halo 4, which is another, I think, kind of big deal, because, well, I am making this map just for the sake of making a replica of the map from Tarkov, but also I intend to have it played with Infection, and I like how Halo 4 Infection plays. And I don't know, I've tried making maps in Halo 3, and it feels weird to me. I know it just feels weird to me because I don't have experience in Halo 3's editor, but it feels weird to me trying to do stuff in Halo 3. And I've never done anything in Halo 2 Anniversary before, so I can't really comment on that at all. But yeah, okay, this works how I want it, which is nice. So I'll just slap these back where I want them. And we can go from there. And yes, Otter does forge. That's why you're here, isn't it? I sure hope so. It'd be a little awkward if you were here for things other than me forging, but you never know. Yeah. Why do you keep resetting every time I go to edit your coordinates? What did I do to hurt you? So then this also comes out to like here. Yeah, sure. I will go ahead and save real quick while I'm thinking about it. I'm one of the people that just constantly saves an obnoxious amount of times. And then the other ramp to, yeah, well, actually I'll just bring these over. I know this is like extremely inefficient when it comes to block usage, but right this moment I don't really care. I can always come back and trim the fat, so to speak, later if I need to. And I will say this isn't a perfect like one-to-one scale recreation of it, but like I'm going with the general layout here, but I know that I'm not going to get perfectly how the map lays out dimension wise. But as long as I'm like halfway there, I'm pretty happy. Because it's what they say. It's like, better to get something done mediocre than never get it done at all. And I vibe with that. So as long as I have a playable map that looks somewhat like what it's inspired from and is enjoyable to play, I'd say I would be pretty happy. So that is the goal. And just like that, we have the other underground connection done, which is nice, because I don't want to think about it anymore. And honestly, for that, I might get rid of this block and just do it this way. Again, I know it's inefficient and bad and gross, but oh well. And there we go, for the most part. This room is going to be filled with stuff, so it's not just going to be a giant wide open room. That said, I do need to adjust that a little bit. Well, actually, I don't right now. I need right now to finish just blocking out the layout, and then I can go back through and fix all of the minor things later. I need to just keep reminding myself of that, like get the map blocked out first and then go back and do the detailing. Yeah, I need a three. There isn't a 3x4 flat, is there? There's not. Is there a 1x4 flat? I don't think so. So there's 2x1 flats, 3x1 flats. There's not 4x1 flats? There's not. That's tragic. And of course, walls are not an exact grid size, so that's annoying. But whatever. We don't have to worry about it right now. But while I'm here, I'll bring all this up since all of this is going to be playable space after all. And I'll leave this uncovered for now because I'm gonna have to do more work inside of there. The other thing that concerns me is the more that I work on this map, and like, while in Tarkov it feels like a scary claustrophobic mess, when I'm actually walking around it in Halo, it feels a little bit big compared to, I don't know, how it's supposed to feel in Tarkov. But I think it'll still be playable. I don't think it will be, like, so big to the point that it's not, like, really good to play on. But we'll have to see what happens, pretty much. Also, hello, Sark. Welcome to the Icy Otter Hell stream. And I will go ahead and save again. And I will just, like, slap down some reference blocks for where things need to go. So, for example, med tent is back here. So I will just slap these down for reference. So med tent is about right there, yeah. And it goes back a decent ways. Yeah, that works for now. And also, no, I'm not making the Among Us map. It never, like, my brain didn't finish processing that you said that until then. But, no, frick you. So med tent's there. And then there are some, like, building blocks. There are a couple of, like, barrels sort of looking things here. So these will all just be their own things. There's a ferret trying to escape my bedroom. Thankfully it is not succeeding, but I keep having to look out of my corner, the corner of my eye, and make sure they're not doing anything too stupid. Which admittedly is absolutely something they would do. And they're trying concerningly hard to actually do it. I might need to go take care of that. Yeah, I think I will go take care of that. So I will be back in just a moment. In the meantime, I will switch the stream over to the map that I am recreating. And we're back. So that's a little bit of a glimpse of what I'm trying to remake here. Hopefully, parts of it were recognizable as what I'm actually doing. But for reference, like the bottom right corner of that map is supposed to be this room, and then branching off of that for the rest of the map. So we're slowly but surely getting somewhere. Eventually, I will need to actually load into Tarkov and take screenshots so I can get better ideas of some things. But for now, this works pretty fine. So we got some stuff there. There's like a big, I think that's like a fuel tank on its side right there. And then a couple of, I guess I'll use 1x4s again. Shipping containers that are here. But at least this will like make the space feel a little less empty so we can actually see what sort of room we're working with here. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I can't give y'all ferret cam right now, but the ferrets are teaming up to escape with probably the largest object I've ever seen them actually attempt to steal. I'm a little bit impressed by that. Also a little bit scared, but a little bit impressed. So let's see. We got the medical tent. This is gonna have walls-ish around it. And then this will all be covered up. I will go ahead and use the wall doubles because they are at least the right width to start thinking about the walls that are not full block thickness. Because like for this is the only wall that's actually blocking this area because it's still playable space. So that actually works out pretty fine. So I just need to run these down a little while, and that should be good. So this goes about to here, and then there's a gap. There is one part on the map that's about right here that I'm not quite sure about, so I am gonna have to look at that in game to get an idea of what's going on there because I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head. But yeah, there's a gap here, that much I know. Well, actually, there's a doorway and then there's a gap. That's okay. I do have sort of an idea of what I'm doing, I promise. But these can come over here, as well, because all of this is playable area ultimately. I don't know if this is all lined up correctly, but right this moment it does not matter. There we go. So let's see. This right now is like one of the big reference points because this is one of the big features on the map that's not just flat ground. So I'm having to like try and base everything I'm doing off of where the silos are placed at the moment. So we'll go ahead and skip that because there's the doorway there. What I can do is actually, I didn't duplicate this. I'm smart. I'll go ahead and line this up just for reference again. Come on. Work with me here, magnets. There we go. Set this to 45. Nope. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Other way though. Wrong direction. And then we turn the magnets off. We turn on fine. This is actually should be more of like 30, now that I think about it. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. I dig that. I think. Do I dig that? No, I don't. I don't dig that because this actually goes over here. And then there's another doorway there. So I'll just slap this over here for now. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. I'm getting somewhat of an idea of what I'm doing again now. And then there's another building right here, roughly. So I can go ahead and block that building out. Alright. Which also means I need to bring this whole part out again. Are we still clear of the island? Okay, yeah, we have plenty of room. Because we're gonna come out, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, like maybe this many blocks remaining at most. So that should be fine. So let's see if we can't figure out this building that's here a little bit. So that wall is fine. This is actually not right, so I will go back and fix this, but it's another thing. I need to look in game at how this is actually positioned, so I will go ahead and delete it for now until I can go back and double check that that's right. So duplicate that. So having this like this roughly would actually be good. It's not symmetrical or anything like that, which is annoying, but it should serve its purpose. Very unfortunate that the ferrets have found the noise-making toy while I'm streaming. So it goes like that, and then I keep forgetting that my rotation snap is on 30 instead of 45. I'm not used to that yet. And then that's clipping, so it needs to clip on this side as well. I don't know if I made this room big enough. That might be a slight issue. Because yeah, this is not big enough, I don't think. But that's okay, we can make this work with the power of technology. Trademark. Because I think that with single walls, it should be big enough. Naturally, they don't line up correctly, because why would they? So looks like we're going single walls all the way for this. Okay, yeah, that should be enough room, I think. And this is gonna be like a 3x4 of single walls. Um, I'll have it clip on the other side, because on this side I need to see things a bit. Because there's going to be doors on these sides, so I would like to have the clipping on the other side just to make life easier. This should not... Well, actually, this can go this far out, that's fine. Is it? Maybe not. We'll do it like this for now and see how it looks, then go from there. I'm still not sure that this will be big enough, but we won't know until we try. Because ultimately this is supposed to be a room with a smaller room inside of it, and then inside of the smaller room there's a staircase. So it's a little bit like... I'm gonna clip this in there to make it easier. So it's like this, and then there are ramps or staircases up right here. Yeah, okay. I know I'm compulsively saving here. Don't mind me being unhinged. I can't help it. Inclines, though this presents a new issue, because I need steep inclines to make this work, I think. Because this is a fairly steep staircase, but also it's a narrow staircase, and the only steep blocks are, at least the only steep ramps are the 2x2s. How do I want to do this? Ultimately, how much... I'm giving 4 blocks of space down here, which means I should give 4 blocks of space. Or at least a wall of space here. Well, actually, no, this could work out great, because this is actually slightly lower than the actual, um, the actual rest of the floors on this map are. It's like slightly off center. So this should actually work out decently enough, I think. Yeah. Okay, I think this will work. Presumably, anyway. Let's see. Slap a 1x2 down for good measure. And yeah, I mean, I think that'll work out decently well. Because I need to remind myself for reference that, like, one block is one player tall. Or I guess, like, one unit. And I would like this to be higher. That, I mean, I can sort of make this work, I think. This might be something that I need to end up loading into Tarkov to actually reference and see how it looks. Because I feel like this needs to be a bit steeper. Or at least, like, go a little bit higher. But, I can probably make this work. I think that this can work fine. With a little bit of imagination. Or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a serviceable height. Though that said, this is actually supposed to stay within these walls, so maybe not. Because I need this ramp to be here. Which would mean bringing a block out here, which I would rather not do. I mean, I can do a 1x2 flat, I guess. But I still would rather not have a block hanging out over here. It seems not right, but I guess that is doable. We can survive with that. Because this goes up into a, like, sort of ramp, but it's like a really shallow ramp. But it still goes up a ramp, so let's do like a 2x2 flat. What I might do is just keep this flat, even though it's not technically how it's supposed to go in game. But keep that flat and then do the incline with an actual block out here. I think that could work. So let's do like a 2x4. How is that height-wise? That is not good. That needs to be significantly higher. Which means that this whole get up needs to be higher as well. Which is a little bit painful. Let me see if I can get a better reference for what I'm talking about. Images. I really do be looking through Google Images just to show you what I'm talking about. I don't want a map. I just want pictures from in-game of the area I'm talking about. Is that too much to ask for? I think it might be. Oh well, y'all will see it at some point. Ultimately, I mean this will stay here as a placeholder, but I'm not sure that I like the height it's at, so that might either take adjusting, or I might just need to use exclusively flat blocks to convey it. Which sucks, because I mean that means I would have to keep using just a bunch of 2x2 flats. But if that's what is necessary, then that's what I'll do. Yeah, it goes something a little like this, roughly. Actually, no, that's too steep, actually. It might be closer to like 5 degrees. Which just further extenuates the fact that I think it's too low to the ground right now. But for now, placeholder. That will at least serve as a visual representation of the plan for right now. Even if I think it's at the wrong height. And then I'll fill in the rest of this just out to where we've built so far. And this doesn't continue any further than that, so I really don't need to be doing that anymore. And of course, save early, save often. And then I will go ahead and go over and bring this up as well. And change gears a little bit and work on this half of the map some more. And now that I think about it, these don't need to be here since I can just continue this over. And then everything works out perfectly. Or something. Yeah, that's fine. And I can also close this off while I'm here. Because this is not playable area, so no reason to leave it open. It's not playable area, and people are supposed to be walking on top of it, actually, so there you go. And just like that, that tunnel is a little more tunnely. It's always nice when your tunnels are, in fact, made out of tunnel. Are you not lined up correctly? No, you are. So you just need to come down. We might need to use 2x2s for this, just because I don't want it all clipping together and looking like a mess. So that is what I will do. And then magnets off. Shift this over with precision, and then we grab this and turn magnets back on. Just like that. What would we do without magnets in the game Halo 4? Cry, apparently. Not having magnets in Halo Reach kinda sucks sometimes. But what can you do? You can cry about it, which is exactly what I am doing. There. And now that's all filled in. And I guess while I'm here, I'll also fill this in and just have this whole tunnel area filled. Might as well complete it when there's no reason not to. And there we go. Hallelujah. We've done something. Which also is a little scary. Oh lordy, is this a lot of open space. It's a lot of open space that is going to be filled with a whole lot of props. But wow, that's still a lot of open space to be having to manage. So then with this, there is one other tunnel, and it comes out at about here. Also, that can get lowered a bit. But there's one more tunnel that's like here-ish. Let's see, if this one comes out there, then yeah, this tunnel should just be here. And it goes like this, roughly. It's a short one, so this is technically 3 blocks. So yeah, this being 2 should be an appropriate amount. Yep. And then it comes down this way about 2 blocks. And it goes over this way for, we'll say, that many. And then it widens up for a minute right here. And then it keeps on going over here. Well, actually, it can... yeah, it goes like this. And then there is another tunnel offshoot of it here. And that little tunnel offshoot ends up coming back up here. So yeah, nice. Yeah, goes like this. And then we get our favorite 2x2 ramps. And we turn the rotation snap back on because we forgot about that again. And this can get moved down a block. And then turn the magnets off. And you're pretty much good to go. You just ramped your way back up here. Again, not remotely lined up, just for reference until later. And I suppose I can make it look a little bit less garbage. There. Beautiful. And then we also have to bring this over here, which means we can do this with the magnets and wall this all off again. I've noticed we've been doing a lot of walling things off lately. But sometimes that's just what you gotta do. And on the bright side, we're almost at the edge of the map. So we're almost done with this whole phase of blocking it out. There, of course, will be more to do after that, but still making decent progress. And honestly, I'm probably going to narrow these to like 3x4s instead of 4x4s, because this is supposed to be a slightly claustrophobic tunnel. Or maybe in 2x4s, because I have these as 2x4s and they feel like a bit more of an appropriate size, so that might end up being what I do. We'll see. But then, while I am here, there are staircases out of this pit right here. And I'll just slot down a flat 1x1. But there's a staircase out right here. And there's a staircase out on the other side as well. So there's the one right there. And then there is one on this side that starts like right here, roughly. And just works its way up here. And there you go. I am completely rambling tonight, but that's what you get when you get Otter making map. There is no brain processes here. There is just placing blocks until things happen. Especially when it's relatively late at night. You're just stuck with me like this. Yeah, okay. I'm honestly kind of surprised that there's not another ladder like over here in Tarkov. And then this also comes out like so. Which means this gets brought over. And also it means we have to play this whole game again with this whole tunnel. Because once again, this is all playable space above the tunnel. Well, at least until a point. Alright. I'm noticing a theme with this map in the form of block 4x4. That's all there is in life and all one ever needs. How are we doing on budget? 74 left. That's not good. We have more map to make still. But thankfully we're almost done. So like there's a staircase right here that goes up to a room right here. And then there's like a big 3-story building that takes up all of this chunk. And then that's basically it. So we're only going to come out like maybe 3 or 4 more blocks. And then that will be the actual boundaries of the map, which is good because we've almost made it to the Forge Island, and it would be very unfortunate if I had to move this entire thing because we accidentally made contact with the one of 3 chunks of land on this entire map. I think I would actually cry if that were to happen. But thankfully that's not an issue right now. I'm pretty happy with the progress we've actually made tonight. And we're only an hour in, which is a little scary because I intended to work on the map for 2 hours. Because I'm going to be entering this map into a contest, and the maps are due at the end of the month. So I was like, okay, well if I can commit an hour every day to working on my map, then I should be making good progress to have it done on time. And then I had a bunch of stuff come up yesterday and was not able to work on the map today, so I was like, okay, I'll just work on the map for 2 hours today instead. And now we're an hour in and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to take a break. But we're too cool for that. We're not taking breaks. We've lasted this long, we can last another hour on top of that. So we made it this far. This... Well, I guess the question is, am I going to go with the idea of having this tunnel be 3x4? And I'm thinking the answer is yes. So I might just do that. But also I am worried a little bit about hitting the block limit because we are getting close to it. Admittedly, I hit the block limit before and it just reset. So if we're lucky, it'll do that again. But somehow I get the feeling that that is not what's going to happen. So, I don't know. We'll slap down some 3x4s for now and go from there. Well, actually, we only need 2x4s. Like so. And ironically, we actually don't want this one here. So I'll just ring that out and do that. Because you guessed it, there's going to be a staircase right here. Who knew? Well, I knew as the otter making the map, but who knew? Which also means I need to get rid of that block. Is that right? I don't quite know if that's right. I might actually need to bring this out another block, maybe? Um... Hmm. That's difficult. Unless I want the offices to start right here and have this only be one block. Which I guess it could. That should be alright, actually. That's okay. We can do that. So we need more inclines. More inclines. And of course, we don't actually care about the placement right now. We're just gonna slap them down. Which also creates its own issue of, do I want to move these forward a little bit? Honestly, I kind of don't. Because you can just jump onto it and, like, in the game, there's only pretty much a player's worth of room between the wall and where the staircase starts. So I think just having it be like this will be fine. It'll be a okay. And then turn the magnets back on, do all of that happy stuff. And there, yeah, that's fine. That'll do its purpose. Which is put players back up here. Which is kind of extra cool, because now that means we get to start working on the office itself. Which means, actually, we're gonna let that be the unique wall structure. Though there isn't 4x4 flats, is there? We talked about this. There aren't 4x4 flats. Oh, yeah, there are. Never mind. False alarm. Crisis averted. That's a little bit tall for what we need, I think. Maybe not. Okay, yeah, that is a little bit tall. But there's not like a 3x4 flat. So I guess for now... I mean, I've been doing everything on the map 4 units tall though, so maybe I will just commit to that even if it feels like it's the wrong scale. Yeah, screw it. We'll go with this, and if we decide we don't like it, we can undo it later. It's funny how that works out. I already get the feeling that I don't like it, though. I feel very confident in saying that this is a bit too big. But I'm gonna rock with it for now. We can do some more building and then make the decision later. Alright, executive decision. These are too big. I can already tell. I can already tell these are too big. So we will have to commit to the 2x2 blocks, I think, since there are no, like, 2x4 flats. Right? Yeah, okay. Okay. 2x2 flat is going to be the play for right now. Okay, yeah, that's an acceptable height. We do not need it to be 4x4s. 2x2s will do the job perfectly fine. Oh yeah, no wonder 2x2s do the job fine, because 2x2s are how big this is. My brain was just turned off for a minute there and was like, oh yeah, these are 4 blocks high. No, they're 2 blocks high. 2 blocks high is the size we wanted in the first place. I just have stage 12 dummy. But yeah, this is fine. And then I guess 2x2s and 1x2s will be our best bet for here. Yeah, that's fine. That works. My brain is turning into soup, but we are making progress. So frankly, who cares if my brain is turning into soup? Because things are happening. And also, wow, this map is really big. Somebody should have stopped me a long time ago. And then I'll use a empty 2x2 just in place of a door for right now. And then we actually can bust out the 4x4s. Because suddenly it gets taller. Crazy how that happens. Is this lined up correctly? Okay, yeah, it is. Cool. And this continues all the way to here. And this is not the correct height, so we do get to change the angle on this again. Because ultimately this needs to get up there. Which could be doable just by tweaking this, I think. Let's do 10 degrees and see where that gets us. Come on, snap correctly, please. Thank you. That's an improvement. 15 degrees might start to get a little bit excessive. So let's turn off rotation snap and try 12 degrees. Because we're hip and non-traditional with the kids or something. Alright, maybe 15 is the play then. Maybe I'm just dumb. $15 feels kind of excessive, but that pretty much works. So I guess that's what we're going with. Yeah, I guess that'll do it. Oh. Back hurty. I've been leaning forward doing this like an idiot. What the hell is proper posture? I've never heard of her. Let's see, where are the ferrets? Can I safely roll my chair forward? Yeah, I can. That's a little bit better. Only a little bit, though. So yeah, now this is its own building. So I guess I'll just continue this out for the first floor. Because I don't see any reason to switch off of what I've already been doing. Should work well enough. And then this needs to come out another block because there will be an entrance to the building there. And we'll come out another block, and that should be as far as we need to come out with this side of the map. Cool beans. I might need to bust out the wall coliseums for the ceiling, since this is supposed to be an all-indoor map. But we're getting somewhere. We're also getting... See, look, it's back up to almost 300 after we were just about to run out. I don't understand why it keeps doing that, but I'm not going to complain. If Halo wants to give me infinite building blocks, then I shall place infinite building blocks. Yeah, I guess I'll fly some doorways over here. So we have... I hate how big the doorways are in Halo 4. Door here. Door here. And door here. Give or take a little. And then there's like a whole area in here. And then this is just a big staircase. Which is scary because we've seen how staircases have gone on this map before. But we can try and make it work. I'll just go there for reference for right now. That's not going to stay there. Neither is this one. going to stay here most likely. But I like having the visual there, just so I have a better idea of what I'm doing. And this is definitely an appropriate height. So, in that case, it's time for our favorite part of the show, the inclines tab, the ramp 1x2 tab. And then placing the ramps 1x2s. Pitch is not what we want. Actually, these can be 2x2s. Now that I think about it. Rare icy thing to do, I know, but I am actually thinking. And I'm thinking that 2x2 ramps would be better for my purposes. So these need to be shifted back just a bit, not all the way. Because then I want 1x4s, I think, would work best for this. I'm just gonna use this to line things up. Can you don't magnet? Thank you. And there. Then we just hit them with a little bit of this. And there you go. You now have one order of a staircase. Which actually, now that I think about it, is not right. Not right at all. Rick. Heck, even. I don't want to use the steep inclines because I don't like them. But it's supposed to be one spiral per floor. And I would like the second floor to just start right here. Well, actually, that's fine. False alarm. We can still do this. It just means doing it like this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not as stupid as first thought. Yeah, that's fine. Then we have our next floor right here. And then we do it again for the next floor. So I guess that's another issue. Will this get in the way at all? No. Cool. Though it does look kind of silly. But it works. And working is the most important part of things right now. That's a full 4x4. That's not what I want. I want this. Yeah, sure, why not? That'll do it for right now. There's not a floor there. I knew that. I'm a professional, I promise. I'm not coping or seething. I've never done that before in my life. There might be a tiny little small amount of Z fighting there, depending on how I do this. Which sucks, but might be unavoidable right now. No, I'm not going to worry about this for right now. What I am going to worry about is the interior of this room. Which is actually really simple, surprisingly. And also, I can just do this again for all of this building, since we seem to be back up to unlimited blocks again for some reason. And there's nothing beyond this point on the map, which is really cool and good, actually. There is stuff beyond this point on the map in like this back little corner, but not enough to be a significant issue. Cool beans. Progress is happening. And we're at an hour and 25 minutes almost of streaming already, so we're actually time is going by a little bit faster than anticipated now. See, that it works out great. I complained about how slow time was going and then time sped up. I love it when it does that. Or actually, no, can't do that. But I can continue this out, which I might as well. Just so I have reference for lowering height. Though I will end up having to delete some of these, because one of the gimmicks in this area is that there's a hole in the floor you can fall through from the second floor to the first floor in an emergency. Which I do intend to incorporate into this, because, I don't know, makes sense to me in my head. And then these get to go up here. Wowzers. And this is the third floor, which means we actually have to build this up even higher to accommodate for the fact that this is a floor that I'm building and not a ceiling. But this is also the highest point on the map, so that does work out pretty fine. Why is this gap here, though? That's not reassuring. This gap is here because I have this placed on the outside of the block instead of the inside of the block. Which means to fix that, I just need to shift these like so. Beautiful. That's fine. It's not perfect, but it's better. Something is not lined up somewhere, so I need to figure that out. Is that more correct? Yeah, it is. There we go. That'll do it. Okay. Things are happening. One way or another. They are, in fact, happening. And then this gets to be the mediator block. Oh no, it doesn't line up. Time to shift it by like 1 degree. Yeah, sure. Why not? Not like that being that much of a bump though, so we might need to shift it up a little bit more. Or just shift it back a bit. I don't know, we'll see. But we are getting somewhere. And also I'm gonna have to delete these actually because this is supposed to be another staircase. So those don't actually go there. Thankfully the floor plan for this floor is actually like really simple. It's literally just I'll actually start with this one. So this is where the staircase is, so plop these down in here. And then these can just go here pretty much. That's basically right. And then there'd be some 1x2s. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have a problem. We still have plenty of budget, but we have hit the game's hard-coded object limit, and we're not done building the map yet. That's a problem. We may need to start downsizing. Oh yeah, you can see blocks de-rendering when you walk too far away. We have made Halo 4 not happy. Uh-huh. Well, this is a little bit... Oh, we've made Halo 4 really not happy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Uh-huh. Alright. Well, maybe our plan to make a perfect recreation of the map not very successful, but we might be able to still salvage from something from this and maybe like trim out certain parts and still have this be a map inspired by inspired by Tarkov, but not be a perfect recreation of it. Because the simple fact of the matter is, even if I manage to delete enough spare blocks to finish blocking out the map, I would not be able to place any more decorative pieces either. Because like you can already tell that this many blocks in the world is making the game unstable. So there's not really anything I could do, even if I did use mods to increase the object limit. Actually, I don't even know if there are mods to increase the hard-coded object limit. I know there are mods to bypass, like, the budget. Hmm. Difficult times. But hey, we've at least made it this far, so that's something in of itself. Yeah, I think might be a good idea to take some of the ideas that we have learned from this project and start work on a different map entry for the contest that is significantly smaller in scale. Because, like, I could recreate the offices as part of it. I like how this lower bit looks. This looks cool. I like having the tunnel system beneath the map and all that. So like we do have options here for things that we can do. But at least we managed to know that recreating the entire factory is not an option. I will remove one block to be able to place one block so that I can do something very important. There we go. That's all we need. Now the map is complete. That's all we needed. Who knew that the mongoose was the only thing necessary to make a good map? Yeah, that is a little disappointing. I'm not entirely surprised. I figured that with how big the map was that we were getting kind of close to the object limit, but I did not think we would get here as quickly as we did. But now we know. And knowing is half the battle or something. Ooh, these shadows are not happy. Well, I think that goes to show, like, I need to work on downsizing maps in general, because believe it or not, this is not the first project I've worked on where I've hit the hard-coded object limit. I was working on a big team battle map for Halo Reach and hit the object limit on that too. So I think we just need to accept the fact that I need to make smaller maps. But hey, what can you do? I think that means that it's time to scrap this map. We will Next time I stream Halo, I will probably be streaming working on a Plan B map for this map making contest, since evidently this one is not going to work out. But I don't want to end the stream just yet, so for now, we will go and play some infection matchmaking just for good luck, because sometimes playing the game mode that you're building for is a good way to get inspiration, because ultimately it doesn't matter how good your map looks. Not that that map looked good, but doesn't matter how good your map looks if it is not fun to play on. So we'll queue Halo 4 Infection and try and get the creative juices flowing and figure out what we want to do for a future map. But the whole time I was working on this map too, like I played on a custom Halo 4 Infection map a couple days ago, and it was like maybe the size of the office area on my map at most, and I'm like, wow, this is a really tiny map. I'm way overdoing this. And sure enough, I ended up being right. So that's just that's how it be sometimes. And I'll admit, I am already getting ideas for potential plan Bs for what we want to do. Either for starting something new from scratch or potentially salvaging what we've built so far. Because I'm thinking maybe I could just cut off half the map and it would still work pretty well, I would think. We'd still be close to the block limit even if I trimmed off like the rooms that I don't want to use that much. So I don't know, we'll see. There is a lot to think about, and ultimately we still have 16 days to have the map ready to go. So not the end of the world. But yeah, it does suck a little bit being halfway through a project and then finding out that you've hit the object limit. This is a solid reminder that a lot of the Halo 4 helmets are just kind of okay. Like I never really cared for a lot of them. I don't know why. They're just kind of alright. But what do I know? I'm just an otter. Uh-huh. They redid all the UI. I'm not used to this. Ooh, I kind of like that, but I also like this. I'm gonna stick to what I have. Which is a little funny, because, like, none of the skins I'm using, like, follow a theme or anything. I just kind of have skins. Also, wow. Apparently no one's playing Halo 4 Infection tonight. How tragic. We'll add Reach to the queue, I guess. That's kind of wild, though. I 100% expected to get a Halo 4 Infection map, because even if Halo 4 is not the most popular Halo game, like, it's still Infection. And I'd say Infection is one of the better done game modes in Halo 4. But I don't know, like, Extraction and all the other big team game modes they added to Halo 4, I kind of enjoyed. I liked them. Dare I say I vibe with them. Ooh, ow. That was not very smart of me. I got up out of my chair and one of the wheels came off at one point and has made the chair very uncomfortable because it's off balance. There we go. Chair has been fixed. Life is good again. And we're on a map I don't like. That's great. Well, that's okay. We'll do fine, I'm sure. Everything's a-okay. That's unfortunate. Isn't that one of the AIs from, like, Halo Infinite or something? I wonder if that's always been there. I mean, it's a pretty simple looking design, so I wouldn't be surprised if it just either has always been there and got reused or just is by coincidence. I'm glad we're on the first round of the match and 3 people have already left. Which I guess goes to show how generally not all that fun this map is, but it is what it is. There we go.
Infected. Round
At least
over.
I actually got one.
Infection.
You know what I'm gonna do for the map? I'm going to not make this one. That's what I'm going to do.
Double kill.
I shouldn't have shot there, because that was just completely wasting ammo trying to shoot at the same zombies that were already being shot at by someone else. And ammo is kind of a big deal, so...
Infected. New zombie.
Alright, cool. So everyone that's gotten infected is either left or is AFK pretty much. You love to see it. That's something I've noticed a lot though in MCC lately, is that I've been getting a lot of matches in pretty much on any game in any game mode with a bunch of people either leaving in like the first 2 minutes of the match or just being AFK the whole time. Which kind of sucks, because I don't enjoy Infinite all that much. I would rather play the classic Halo games. But what can you do? I really don't think we're gonna win this round. Just because everyone being able to be so high up off the ground makes it really difficult for the infected to do anything. I stand corrected. Maybe we will actually win this one.
1 minute
Look at
remaining.
that. Or not, with there only being 45 seconds left and a bunch of AFK people. Maybe not.
30 seconds remaining.
This man's actually gonna do it. What a guy. Or not.
Revenge. Killjoy. Infected.
We did it. We won the video game. We're so cool. Please put me on another map. I got tired of this map
Infection.
2 years ago. Probably more. That was a waste of ammo.
Double kill.
Okay.
Infected. New
You can't
zombie.
one-hit melee the zombies. I love that. That's great. Agony. I would have been perfectly happy with any map but this one.
Killjoy. Infected.
Thank God that's
Game
over with. Let's never play that map ever again. Possibly, maybe. Hopefully. Let's hope noise cancellation did not just pick up me drinking. That would be a little uncomfortable. We're gonna pretend it didn't. Good thing I don't play Halo 2, huh? Oops, all Halo 2 items. I don't even remember which line I was on. I was on this one. Interesting. Unlock all. Huh. I know that was the thing. That's convenient. Not that I'll ever have 71 Spartan points just sitting in my inventory not doing anything, but good to know, I guess. Yep, it's all John Halo. Who thought making a game that was only John Halo was a good idea? I think legally his name is Jonathan Halo, but I could be wrong. It's gonna be an epic prank if we don't get this last player and have to requeue. Yeah, that's it, Jonathan John J. Halo. Yeehaw, brother. Oh, and it's a Halo 4 map at that. How nice. Unfortunately, it's Flood and not Hive Mind, but I'm still happy to have gotten a Halo 4 map in the first place. And it's a nice looking map at that. They have shields. Why do they have shields? I'm used to always doing Hive Mind and not regular Flood. That was little interesting. Huh. I dig this map. It's simple and still looks really good. Perhaps I will have to take some notes from this. That was a little BM, and I'm not even sorry. It was for the greater good.
Double kill.
Violence.
Hunter.
It really is a 4-shot headshot on Flood in traditional Halo 4 Flood. That's crazy.
Spree. Survivor. Last man standing.
Uh-oh. Not a fan of that. Goodbye. I have legs, and I'm not afraid to use them.
Round over.
Unfortunate. Why are you teabagging me? I literally, like, did better than everyone else. There's a wall there. That's crazy. Hi, how are ya? Ow. Bones hurted. You're right, Val, I am Otter. Thanks for noticing.
Last man standing. Game over. Victory.
Fair enough. I'm content with maybe finishing the stream tonight on a Halo 4 match, since we are almost exactly at the 2-hour mark, which is generally a pretty nice, sweet spot to aim for. Hey, look, there's me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here for the evening. Thank you all for coming out here tonight. Very unfortunate that we hit kind of a major brick wall in our level design, but that just means going back to the drawing board. And I think I will try and stream the rest of my map making process when I'm able to. So thank you all for coming out. I don't plan on streaming again until the ASRC broadcast again on Monday. So I would imagine I will see y'all then. Have a good evening, y'all.